What up, people? How is everybody doing? Let me get the chat up. That makes sense, right? 1 second, peeps. So weird, it logged me out of the chat. Is it really doing this right now? Alright, sorry peeps. Let me see if I can get the chat going some other way. Got to be here somewhere. Be right back, guys. I don't know what is happening. Literally won't let me see what's going on in the chat unless I exit the game, so obviously that won't work. So I will be right back. Chat. I am the worst person in the world with computers. I am so sorry about all that. But we are good to go. We're rocking now, I think. Someone want to say hi to the group to make sure that this is actually fixed now? It's such an odd thing. It literally logged me out. Alright, I think we're good to go. Yeah, we're good to go. Perfect. Okay, so as you saw in the title for this video, we are building the Civic. If you guys watched that video 2 weeks ago or a week ago, we were going over the engine. So we kind of just focused on making the engine. We use automation to do that. Since then, automation has released a beta update, which I downloaded, and it has a lot more flexibility when it comes to a lot of like the tuning and stuff like that that's actually built into the game. So I downloaded that, went back to that engine just to see what things were there, what we could play with, and it allowed me to get a lot closer to the engine number. So first we're going to start off with the engine. I'm just going to show you what we did and how it's come along. Let's go, buddy. Thank you, Sir JL. All right, so if you remember, I think we ended up with like 198 horsepower and 173 foot-pounds of torque. So this engine to the crank is rated for 205 horsepower, 174 foot-pounds of torque, which is exactly what we have. If you look at the bottom here, it's exactly what we have. So I didn't change any of the bottom end materials, but they did add balance shaft 2 years. So you can actually choose the balance shafts for the engine if your engine is like primarily done with that, or harmonic balancer. Civic engine does have balance shafts, but it does also have a harmonic dampener on it as well. It's kind of just like a crank pulley itself, but it does have like a rubber ring on it to dampen vibrations and stuff like that. Just bouncing around the two options here, I was able to get closer with the harmonic damper. So I just chose that, but technically the engine has both. Outside of that, I left this pretty much the same. The cam profile did change quite a bit. It was actually making more power, so I nerfed it down. So the cam profile standard one is down closer towards the normal range, still a little bit above normal, but it's not the 55 that it was before, which is more on the sporty end. They actually have spring and lifter stiffness on here, so you can actually tune how stiff the springs are for the valve train assembly. What was happening with a lot of other people in their builds and stuff like that, they were building these engines, revving it out to what it should be, and all of them would just have valve float. And there's many ways around that, but a lot of times people just go with stiffer springs just to kind of eliminate that from happening. Or if they know it's going to happen, they go with stiffer valve springs. The game didn't have that before, but now they do. So we have that here. Nothing too crazy stiff. Honestly, I was messing around with this. Nothing really changes no matter where I kind of move this to. If I go too soft, obviously you see there, like, actually run into some, like, as soon as the valve float starts, that's when we start losing power. But outside of that, it doesn't really impact it. Once we're above 20, it seems to kind of stay the same. Microscopic torque loss, but I think that's actually because the valves are closing that much quicker. I'm not too sure why that is, actually. Or maybe it's just parasitic draw, and now the cam having to push on a valve frame that tight might be causing some issues. But yeah, seemed alright there, so whatever. We can kind of leave that wherever we want to. Everything else remains the same. The VTEC cam also came down quite a bit because it was making a boatload of power on the top end that the card doesn't make. So, and it is a VTEC cam, but is not the most aggressive VTEC cam. Not like some of the Type R's have and stuff like that. So it's a little bit neuter, it's a little bit on the lower end. It's nothing crazy, but it gets the exact numbers done that we want. There's been a ton of changes here with the turbo side. One day we'll get into that. Maybe today, who knows? We'll maybe mess around with that, see what happens. But the turbo side is like a completely different thing now, so a lot more options. In here, the biggest change is the intake. So I'm going to close the dyno chart here. We're just going to swing around this engine. So the intake manifold does look a little bit different. And that is because we can actually choose a few more. Before it was like regular, then there was like performance, and then there was race. Now there's 2 performance options. For the most part, they look the same. There's no real outside difference that I could really tell there. You tell me if you see something there, but nothing I can really tell. And then the race, glorious ITBs. And that was one thing someone mentioned to me before, is that it's like all these intake manifolds were ITBs, because if you look at the back here, they're coming straight out of the head, and even like on the standard mile one, there's still a little extension coming out there. So who knows, maybe that's just the game's little oversight there, but I found that I was getting the right power, torque, and horsepower with a performance mid, so I did go with that. I kept the fuel type and mixture the same. They have revamped this, so there's like you could do dyno pools on like lower octane fuels just to see what it'll do, but then there's also like the recommended or what the car will normally run on. Really, that only comes into play when you transfer the car over to BeamNG. Let's say you're messing around with some crazy fuel here, but you don't want to actually drive the car with that. Now you can kind of separate the two, so kind of cool. Something neat that they did there. Fuel mixture remains the same. Timing, I was able to pull a ton of timing out without having any knock issues. And again, we're just trying to get to that exact number. So we're making this as authentic as possible when it comes to power. RPM, the red line, the limit is still the 72. Not much, nothing actually really changed with the exhaust side here. I don't think they updated anything with the exhaust side. We have this the wrinkle red paint that we ended up going with for the engine. I do wish at some point in time they will add some more valve cover designs here. It's funny, the K Series one kind of looks like this because it does have that valley here. But it is coil ignition, not wire. Oh, actually, even this one, it just has a cover on it, so who knows? Maybe that's going to be something they decide to tackle at some point in time in the future. But for now, it is fine. And yeah, like I said, with the numbers, basically making the exact numbers we make from the factory. Color for what, the car? Or for the engine? What's your preference? Preference in color? Oh, for the valve cover. I went with this because it looks like it honestly is very close to the Type R red. I pulled up a couple of pictures and put them side by side, and it is really, really close. The intake manifold looks a little different somehow, like a little bit more pink or something like that. They're supposed to be the same color, but personally for myself, I don't know. My car has the silver, and I kind of like that, to be honest with you. It's a little understated, but mind you, like the CRV and the Accord and all of those have the exact silver one, so I don't know. I like the red. I really do like the red. It's you see your red valve cover, you kind of just instantly think Honda Type R. It's It's kind of legendary for that. All right, so as you can see the dyno chart here, and actually we're going to do a little dyno pull just so you guys can hear it. I think they made a few tweaks to the audio. It still sounds like a tractor at like idle or below like 1,000 RPM, but it does sound a little bit better in my opinion. But you guys tell me. Towards the low end there, it is extremely loud. No real reason, so let's try that again. All right, yeah, it's really, really loud. Really, really loud. I don't know why it's that loud, but Rippin' Tech. That's exactly it. You can't really hear the VTech or the variable valve lift in the game, but honestly, in the car, you can't hear it either. So, I guess points for realism there. And you can even see the engine as it's revving itself up. One thing I noticed, the belts. The belts kind of do this weird funky thing. I'll show you that too right now. You can see it creates this weird effect to make it seem like it's going faster. So it's something. It's something. I like this game for that. It's little details, and we have glowing headers, folks. I think that was from hitting the rev limiter there, but look at that. Alright, I gotta make it glow again. Sounds familiar, right? Let's see if they glow again. That's pretty impressive. That is pretty impressive. And like the one thing I really like about that is that it's getting hot in, well, the whole thing's getting hot, but it's glowing in particular spots. And it's where like the exhaust has these curves or any sort of restriction where the exhaust gas is going to pocket up and get real hot. So like you can see that it was by the collector on the bottom, all the loops here that are coming out of the head, they were getting extra orange. So little cool detail. But anyways, I just wanted to show you guys that we revised this a little bit just to make it a little bit closer to what the actual engine is. It is pretty rad, yeah, for sure. All right, let's get down to business. Let's build a car. Car designer. Now be warned, I have not built a car yet, so I don't know exactly how it goes. I went through this just to make sure that the game is going to work. But building a car, let alone like my own, that's going to be that's where you guys are going to kind of come in. I'm going to need your help with that. So so first thing we're going to do, is thinking. Alright, 15 model year. Body type. I got the sedan, so we'll go with the sedan. by the looks of this game, would have been way easier to make the coupe, but gotta keep it real. Full send. All right. So these are all the different sedans that we could use to build this. None of them are going to look anything close to what the Civic looks like, but they're all modifiable and we can sculpt it and morph it and do a bunch of different things with it. So I'm not too worried as long as we get something close. Kind of like this one. Wheelbase looks about right. Has the right pillars on it. What do you guys think? This one? It's a 2005 sedan. Oof. That's a little old. Okay, let me go up to a newer year a bit. I think the newest cars they have here are 11s, yeah. But let's see. They all have this funky, weird panel piece on here. I don't know what that's all about. The main thing I'm looking at is whether it has the right window pillars. General dimensions are the same, and the wheelbase. I think the wheelbase on the Civic it's like around 100 inches, give or take. I can actually find that out. It looks like 105.1. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 105.1 inches. So we're looking for something in and around that. This isn't bad. It's a 2008 sedan body. That's a contender right there. You saw 1031? Oh, right there. So I do like it. The only thing is this one's a convertible. We can't use that. And the pillars here are just not right. Let me see if I can get a 208, yeah. Or the 108, yeah. Let me see if I can help you guys just by getting a photo here. Oof, that's huge. Alright. Let's shrink that down a bit. I'm going to put it right over here. Maybe I'll shrink it down a little bit more. So if you take a good look at the windows, how they're structured there, I'm trying to find something like that. So let me see if there is a car that already has. Okay, so this one here, the one I was saying I like, the 1024. If you look at the back here, the back window, I don't know if you can see that actually, but it has that brake in the back glass that the Civic has there too. And like the top line here is very similar to what the Civic is. So I'm looking at something like that. Go for that one, eh? It is the one I'm talking about. It doesn't seem that's way too long. Yeah, it's a long boy. These are 1051 right on the dot. So this is actually the closest, but This looks alright. Doesn't have the break in the glass like I was saying, but you know what? I think it's going to be this one actually. I like the fact that it's the exact same wheelbase. Alright. I think we got a winner. Oh, why did they select all of them? Is that what it does? It selects all of them? I guess it does. Didn't even know. Alright. So, these are like the body materials. So we can choose like panel material, chassis. It's going to be a monocoque. So, all right. So let's get to it. For the panels, I believe. I don't know if this is going to really make that much of a difference, to be honest with you. The weight's the same. Really, it's just going to change the production cost of this stuff, which I'm not too worried about. So we'll go with true to steel, just so this thing doesn't rust, because we are in the salt belt, so I want my car to last. If my actual car won't get, or if my actual car is going to get rusty, at least I want the digital version not to get rusty. It is a monocoque. Chassis material. Now it is steel. There is a whole bunch of different versions of steel here. Galvanized steel, corrosion resistant steel. I'm not that sure what the AHS is. Light AHS steel. No difference here, so I'm going to go with the corrosion resistant steel. It doesn't save any weight, literally just makes it, I don't know, not rust in my head, so that's why we're doing it. And transverse. So the front suspension, I don't know if you guys remember me talking about how this game allows you to choose what suspension is, but this car is actually pretty low, and I haven't even done anything to it. Look at it. Like hella flush. This does not look like a Civic at all yet. I'm gonna make that Civic picture a little bit smaller just so we have some inspiration to go back to, but yeah, just so we know what we're designing. But yeah, this thing is, what do you think? I think the back end here is going to have to, the back end's going to have to get shaved down a bit. We're going to have to slope down that hood. Really go to town on the front bumper. This is going to be a lot of work actually. Alright, anyways, back to suspension. I'm actually going to move my camera too. So suspension, the game, like I said, lets you choose what you're gonna have where. So we could have a solid leaf if we were, a solid axle coil if we were trucking it, or we could go to the leaf spring. So, let's see if we can see that again. So that's what the solid leaf spring looks like. We have McPherson in the Civic, so that's what we're actually going to be using. But it's cool the detail it shows there. See if it'll let me zoom into the car. So we have no engine in here yet, but it kind of lets you see it there. So the spring and coil, sorry, the spring and the shock, super close to the tire, jeez. Goes right down to the knuckle, out to the hub, to the lower control arm. We have like our tie rod end here, sway bar link. The game's cool, man. It definitely goes into detail, that's for sure. Then we have like the frame, or sorry, the steering rack and the sway bar running the distance there. Alright, so we'll do the same for the rear. So the rear suspension on the Civic is a complex one. It's definitely like a trailing arm or like a semi-trailing arm style suspension, but it has multi-link characteristics to it. The way it's kind of mounted has multi-link characteristics to it. So I'm really torn which one to actually go with here. So if we go with semi-trailing, that's what that's going to look like there. See if we can get a good look at it. So that's what the semi-trailing arm looks like. Now the one arm that's there, so there's the one that goes forward, that's for sure there. The one beside it also goes forward, but the one on the actual Civic goes like directly towards the middle of the car. And there's an upper control arm set up on here, which technically means that it has like a multi-link setup going on. So it is very similar to this. It doesn't look exactly like this, but it has the upper control arm set up. It does have an arm that trails off to the front, which is a little bit different than this setup. I do think the multi-link's probably going to be a little bit more on par handling wise for what the car is. There's several different types of multi-link out there, and they all look a little bit different. So I don't think it's going to be too big of an issue. Make it nice and strong. Raise the quality. Alright, so now we can choose the engine we're going to put in this, which for sure we're going to choose our K24Z7. Alright, it's in there. Alright, so now we can kind of narrow down. There's a few different styles of the same body that we can get just to find something that looks a little bit closer. For some reason I'm looking at this gives me like BMW E90 vibes. Does anyone else see that? Just the way the window, the door, everything's kind of sloped back, kind of gives me some BMW vibes. Anyways, let me try a few different options here. So this one is a lot more upright. This one slopes back more, which the Civic does, so that's for sure we're going to keep that. I'm not too sure what the difference is between these two. Oh, that one that actually was a two-door. I don't know why it was showing me two doors here. Convertible, a wagon. A wagon Civic. Yeah, this is definitely like the BMW 3 Series. They mimicked after that car for sure. Alright, this is the hatchback. The fastback version, so I think the whole liftgate lifts up on that, which the Civic doesn't, so I don't think that's going to qualify. There's a lot of variations here. Another hatchback. Oof. Definitely not it, but that does look good. SUV version. Little stubby SUV. SUV hatchback. Are these all SUVs here? People mover? So I guess a van? Yeah. people mover. Okay. So I think I know which one we're gonna go with here. It's a 2-door. Let's go with the 4-door version of it. X5 vibes. Is there Japanese side? It doesn't really seem to kind of decipher this through region. It's just you choose what they got, and if you like it, that's what you got. So yeah, all right, I think that's going to be it there. Makes me want to change the car a bit. You know, let's see how far we get with this. I think this should work. On to the next. So the color. The biggest selling feature for me on this car was the color it came with. It is like this very pearlescent blue. And it's like the proper blue for me, and I just love it. So am I going to be able to mimic that? That's pretty good. It has a ton of flake in it. Now, that picture is a little bit darker, but I'm going to try to put it side by side here. See if it does kind of channel the same color vibes. It's pretty close. That's too dark. Advanced paint mode. Let's see if we can change this around a little bit. Nope, that makes it too dark. A little bit too purple there. Honestly, I think that's it right there. I know that picture's not giving justice to the car because it's like a photo taken on a sunny day that now has a bunch of shadows kind of applied to it and whatnot, so maybe it's not helping exactly with the color, but let's see if we increase the pearl strength. Oh wow, okay. Increasing the pearl strength does a lot. So let's zoom in a lot to the color here. Okay, you can see a ton of flake in there. We're getting close, that's for sure. I think take that down a bit. Take a bit of the saturation out. Make it a little bit more blue. I think it's that right there. Car definitely has more flake in it, so I'm gonna increase the flake a little bit. I think that's the color right there. Awesome. All right. What I gotta say about this game, even I'm just gonna back out here. Look at like this beautiful like studio that we get to design a car in. I don't know if cars are actually really designed in a studio like this, but it's like windows open to like a mountain backdrop, like I would dig this. Alright, enough daydreaming. Car is done. Or painted anyways. Let's actually go back and let's start shaping this. See if we can shape the car to be a little bit more on point. So we have our Civic model there. So I'm gonna come here. And the first thing I notice is I want to start from the front. And that hood needs to be dragged down a ton. So I'm going to enable the morphing mode here. So now I can go through here and start dragging things out. Just to give you an example, come to the hood. We'll lower it down a bit. Add a little crease to the hood there. The Civic actually does the opposite, it actually lifts up in the middle. Let's see if we can get this down a bit. Oh, that works. Just drag this back. Get a little closer. Oh. Can just pull the fenders like that. It'd be nice if it was that easy in real life. Front doesn't seem like it wants to come down anymore. Let's see if we can drag the bottom out of this. Oh, make that a little bit flatter, I see there. Okay. Just looking back at that Civic just to I can really squish the nose there, but I don't really want to do that. Oh, can really change that. Okay, we'll get to that in a second then. Not sure what this is here. Oh, can actually move the windshield forward and backwards. Okay, that was one thing I was hoping to be able to do. Literate Monkey, thank you for the follow. Literate Monkey, that's probably one of the best names out there. So I could really shove this back. Really want to get this more forward. Seems like that's it. Dang, okay, that's fine. Alright, that's fine. It's not too far off. The way that the engineers really did that Civic is they basically got like the engine like quarter of the way underneath the windshield, so they really focused on getting really focused on getting all that weight back as far as possible, and they made this really short, so I don't think we're going to be able to imitate that exactly in this game, so we're going to make it as close as possible. Alright, enough of looking at that. We're going to raise the hood back up in the middle. Slant it back a bit. Now I am going to obviously sculpt it a little bit more, make it a little bit more true, but I just want to make sure we have the basic styling down as much as possible. There we go. You know, like I said, I haven't built a car before. I normally just work on them. Oh. Is anyone else getting Tesla Model 3 vibes here? Like if I pull that back in. Is anyone else getting that? Do the Tesla designers just use automation to make their front bumper? Like, okay. As long as I'm not just... Maybe it's just because there's not like a whole lot going on with it. Maybe that's why I feel like it's kind of reminiscent of that, but... And there we go. Alright. I think we're okay with the front. It's not quite perfect, but that's okay. We'll do some magic with that later. The pillar, how far? The pillar's actually pretty far up. So move that up to about there. Hey, Hurdy. I am Hurdy. I do hurt a lot usually. I'm sitting, so the hurt isn't there, but normally the hurt is there. Alright, I think we got that down. I want to focus kind of on the general body shape before I get into like the fenders and stuff like that. We can kind of tilt it. It does have a pretty aggressive angle on it. Oh, you can move this back. Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. So the Civic does have a pretty steep drop off for that. That looks about right. I'm just looking at the roof line right now. I think it's pretty close. Oh, don't want to move the pillar. Oh yeah, I can make it like really awkward shape, but I think that's it right there. This whole thing is highlighting the back here, so it, oh, it can really, perfect. Hunchback, yes. Embrace the back pain. Alright, that's not bad there. I don't know if we can drag the whole, there we go. Make that a little bit shorter. This is actually pretty straight off. It doesn't really slope back that much, so that's actually pretty good. Gonna have to put a wing on it later, but or a spoiler, whichever way you want to call it. I don't think that's bad. I don't think that's bad. It still just looks like a BMW 3 Series, but we're getting there, we're getting there. Alright, what else can we take from this and try to apply here? Let's come back here, zoom out a bit. We'll make the Civic picture a little bit bigger. So there's the obvious body lines that we're going to have to do. I think the roof is pretty close. That body line there is really the only body line that the Civic has. So this is already there, so yeah, I think we just do that. The bumper doesn't look that far off. It's not a big bumper, so we'll do that. It's pretty high, so we'll do this. It does tuck in a bit. The bottom doesn't really flare out, so we'll do that. It's looking pretty good. I know the color looks off, but that's always been a problem with this Civic. I could probably pull up a bunch of other pictures and they'll all look like a different color, so it's kind of the Civic way, or this pearlescent way anyways. Alright, let's see that body line. It comes up a little higher. That's about right there. And everything I do on one side does go onto the other side, just in case. Curious. Oh, did I just move the B pillar again? I did. Alright. I'm going to take one crack at the paint again just to make it a little bit more blue. See what happens. I think it's because the pearl I'm using is also too blue. I don't know. Nope. It does look a lot darker, like almost purple. The one at the bottom of the door, that's going to be fun. It's actually, this game's pretty easy for that type of stuff. I haven't done it, but apparently body lines aren't that hard. You literally just like click it on there, so we'll see. The hardest part I'm having right now is the paint. The paint doesn't seem to, and it's weird, on my screen it looks a lot more blue than it does on your guys' screen. Oh, did I just have it there? I think that's it right there. Yeah, it will look different on every screen. So even though I think I just got it right now, I'm looking at the other screen, it doesn't look like I got it. So I know. I wish I just had like a Honda paint color like code recognizer. Just type that in and be done with it. But I think that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. The main focus, obviously, want to make the car look as close to what it should look like, but also I want this to drive the way that it should, and actually see if this game can actually truly imitate cars the way that they claim. So yeah. All right, I think we are off to the front here. So I'm gonna fix this there a bit. Yeah, I think that's as close as I'm gonna get that. Alright, so I'm gonna move on to some of the trim and fixtures. So we're gonna put some lights and grills and all that stuff on here. And for that, that means I'm going to switch the picture here. Maybe I'll just add one. I'm gonna add a picture. I don't know if this picture is going to scale properly, but let's give it a go. Yeah, that's super small. Well, we don't need every detail out of it, just need it to be close, right? See, even the two pictures of the Civic there, they look like they're different colors, so yeah, it is what it is, I guess. Yeah, okay. Elon called, he wants his front bumper back. Oh man. Oh, I can't even pronounce that name, but thank you for the follow. I think it said cannoli on the end there. I could be wrong, I could be going crazy now, but pretty sure I just read cannoli. Alright, so I think the strat here is to work on the grill and then shape the lights around it, or should I do, I'm going to do the lights first actually. So let's see what lights are actually available here. These are these are dated. Let's see if they have some modern lights down here. Oh, there we go. Got some LEDs. So I think the main thing is going to be trying to find something that has the same shape, which is a weird shape, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. Actually, this is pretty close here. This thing may just have a bunch more LEDs, but cannoli, yep, cannoli, yes. Welcome to the chat, my friend. We're just sitting here watching me struggle to design a car because I think every mechanic at some point in time has said that who designed this car, I could probably do it better. So I'm trying to do it, and yeah, I think I'm going to stick in my lane from now on. Oh, I am brand new to the game. Brand new. I love the concept of it. I've tinkered around here and there, so I'm like, you know what, I'm going to give this a go. And why not test out the game to see if it'll actually build the car that I've had for a while. Yeah, I think like I'm looking at these lights here, and I think we just gotta go with something with a bunch of LEDs. You love this game. Oh my god, can you help me make this Civic? I'm sitting here struggling trying to choose what lights to go with. I think this might actually be the, but it's like rounded towards the edge. This one's a little bit closer. I'm gonna go with this one here. Alright. This does have like the little pods, like the that side doesn't. It has like, it looks like the LED strip on the bottom, so I'm actually gonna give this a go. Oh, did it switch on me? The lights are pretty big, but they're far out, so let's plop them on the car like that and see how that looks. Guys, we put a thing on the car. There is a thing on the car. We are certified designers. Alright, we're gonna wrap it up. It does look angry. It does look angry. I'd be angry if I just got like eyes and nothing else to do, so I sort of get it. Alright, I can make it bigger. These headlights from experience are giant for absolutely no reason, so ooh, not that big though. Alright. Now it's right on the cusp of that hood line. It doesn't have the same effect, but I think that might be as close as we're gonna get. Just one giant headlight. I wish. I feel like that's been done. Let's rotate it a little bit. All right. Layering is good to use. You can hide parts of a headlight behind the grill and shape them however you want. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. All right. Now, I think honestly that's as close as we're going to get to the headlights, because it has the LED strip. It has the little pods for the lights, and they do kind of go smaller to larger. So I think that's as close as I'm going to get to it. I want to see if I can kind of dial out some of the chrome though, because it is very chromy in there. Do that. That's a little bit better. There is definitely chrome in there, but it wasn't. The housing itself was a little bit darker, so I like that a little better. Alright. Man spending all day trying to make headlights. What point in time are we going to drive this car? Alright, grills. These grills actually look a lot like the bottom portion. It does have like this. Honda Engineering spent 15 minutes on the car, if that. If that. They're like, what does the previous gen look like again? Let's make it bigger. Raise it by $1,000 and put a fancy screen in it. Also, make the seats red so they get dirty as quick as possible. Awesome. Alright, let's ship it. And someone wins an award. I've spent hours designing one car in the game, so Honda would not hire me to design their. Yeah, I used to be a Honda tech, and they're probably, if any engineers that I knew from there ever see this, they're gonna be like, what were you doing? Alright, we're on to something. So I want to choose the grill here that has the lights in it, because mine does have the lights in it. It has this pattern, so I think this is it. I think this is what we're gonna go with. It's the Cisco telephone music. It's relaxing. Where did my bumper go? Or my grill? There we go. Just plop it on the car. Alright, let's modify this now. I'll squish it. I don't think that's the worst thing in the world. The fog lights do kind of sit there in that little pocket there. The only thing is on the Civic, the vents are fake on the side there. So, oh, what did I just do there? Just add like another. Get rid of that. There we go. We'd like to talk to you about your extended warranty. Honda does not want me as an extended warranty customer, I'll tell you that. Alright, let's get to the other grill. I think this one's pretty close. Tilt it back a bit. Let's make it wider. Just drag it down a bit. Oh, what have we done here? It's similar. Claim has been decided. There was one pad. Oh, that's mint. Jenny, thank you for the follow. Yeah, I've heard that this game has definitely gone through some things. It has, and I kind of get why now, just like playing it. It's very, very advanced in the fact that like the amount of things it lets you do, but like when you do that, you're just kind of setting yourself up for some mayhem. This grill is not looking right here. The right shape, but it's doing some weird things. Let's reevaluate the situation. Now it looks like an Acura. There's some clearly like if you look at this one, this is like 100% a Mitsubishi Evo that they just kind of put into the game. They're like, yeah, no one will know, but that's clearly what that is. So they definitely tested the copyright limits with some of the stuff that they have in here. Which, you know what, I'm not mad at. Alright, I need to figure out this grill situation. Get this and make it smaller. really like that one, but it did some funky things on the car. So I think I'm gonna have to go back to the other one I saw. Oh man, should I do the spider grill? Can you really copyright a grill though? Also the mods for the game are 100% tested. 100%. Yeah, that's true. I guess you can't really say that's my grill. You can't use it. They're extremely close. So like you think of like the Lexus grills, like that whole grill is the identity of that car. So like if Kia all of a sudden was just like, we're going to use that grill but change it up a little bit, I'm pretty sure there'd be some words. Alright, I think we're getting close. This grill's definitely not it, and I think this is going to be a running project. We're going to have to come back to this at some point and make it a lot better to look at. The whole point was to drive it. I just want to make sure it had the things in the right place. And I guess you're not slapping an OEM badge on it. I still think Lexus would find something to be like, you know what you did. Alright, I think I'm gonna call it there on that. Just because man's just going to sit here struggling for a couple hours trying to find a grill to make this work out. We will touch this up, and we'll probably do another stream at some point in time where we are like, oh, we found the right grill, swap it out, make it look nicer. But again, I want to drive this thing. Alright, what is next? Sunroof. The car does have a sunroof. Should slap it right on the hood now. Make it bigger. That's pretty much where it is. Maybe back a little bit. Oh, don't shrink on me. Doesn't seem like it wants to move back for some reason, but that's actually, now looking at it, that's actually pretty right on. So I'm gonna say that we're gonna roll with that one. Just roll up the Kia dealership with a Mitsubishi Outlander. I think you're onto something. I think we can solve this whole car pricing crisis by doing that. Everyone's going to start driving around with Kias. All right. So now we get to put some aero bits on it. So actually I'm going to start the back for this one. Let's put a little diffuser on there. Make it shorter because mine's not really that tall, but it is basically as wide as a car. down just a bit. What does everyone think? Is that close enough? Actually, I guess they have a solid one here. Okay, let's do a solid one because mine does not have vents on it. Yeah, that looks better. Well, actually, I don't know if it looks better, but it looks right. A little less chrome. Chrome on what? The grill? Yeah, the grill is actually, you know what? I should fix that really quick because there is no chrome on this grill. On the why can't I make this grill not chrome? Yeah. Why does it not give me the option to take away some of the chrome from here? I don't know why I decided to play this on a racing simulator. The steering wheel is directly in the line of sight for like everything. So like if you guys see me doing this, it's because I'm looking directly at a steering wheel. Save the chrome for the 28th. The 28th. I don't know if my car even makes enough torque to spin 28s, but you know what? We could always try. Okay, we're definitely going to come back to that because I can't deal with the chrome grill. But there's no chrome back here. This is maybe the other one that had chrome on it, but there's no chrome on this one. Oh yeah, that's driving me nuts. Okay, let's figure this out. Yeah, the other one you were sizing up. The one you have now looks good, yeah. Much appreciated. Oh, I think this is where we have to... We can change it. So we can choose different patterns. Why would we have this? Why would we? But then, but all right. Ooh, hyperchrome. Translucent. I just want a plastic grill. Oh, that's more chrome than anything. Jeez. Yeah, it doesn't tell you anywhere in the tutorial where to do that. This looks like a paint can, so I'm like, oh, I'll click on a paint can. It's not a paint can. It's sort by name, but that doesn't... Why does that sort by... Oh, sort by hue. Okay. But then... I just want to make it plastic. The front grille is now a window. I mean, at least if it was a window, you can like open the window. Oh yeah, active grill. You just like you have a button inside the car, you push it, it opens up. I truly would just love to make this plastic. I never thought I would say that about anything on a car ever in my life, but I just want to make it plastic. See if anything here. Light type. Click to select a new material or paint. Yes, please. You're saying you might be able to press thing under current slot. See if this does it. Oh. I think we're onto something. Plastic. But now it's just a giant... Man. Why is it testing me? Cloth. Leather. A leather grill. Oh boy, not that far back. Now we have colors that we can choose for the grill? I don't understand that. I feel like now the grill is like completely done. Chat, I have ruined it. Okay, plastic. It is fully not what it's supposed to be anymore. I just want to go back. I just want to make it what it was now. I'll deal with the chrome. It's a bit nondescript about how to play it. Yeah, there is a lot, like, whenever you make a game like this, I think like you do your best to try to teach people how to play it, but I think they just kind of say, like, you know, with a racing game, it's like, this is how you steer and get around corners, but you need to know how to drive to play the game, to enjoy it. So I think me faking being an engineer has finally caught up to me, because like, where did all those other options go? Oh, there we are. Oh, we're back. Okay. Okay, so all fixtures should have plastic in here too, no? What are these? Oh, I can have a license plate as a... Okay. Window trim, no. You know what? I'm like literally just going to do this. Yeah. It's a chrome grill. It's a chrome grill now. that was an ordeal. So I have a lip on my car now. You can delete it and replace it. Yeah, but I feel like I'm just gonna end up back at this like same spot where I'm gonna have like a chrome grill. But thank you. I'm gonna leave it like, yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that, and then just, I don't know, fight with it later. But yeah, I do have a lip on the car now, but I'm going to leave it like this for now. I kind of want to see what this is like just as is, but I am going to put a wang on it. I don't know if it's considered a spoiler or a wing. Yeah, it's considered a wing. Oh, chat. Oh, chat. Okay. I am everything about this wing right now. Now, now the true question becomes: at 100 kilometers an hour, does this generate downforce or does it just rip the trunk off? I'm 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 willing to bet the hinge that is holding that trunk will buckle, and this will end up in the back of a transport truck or in the front of a transport truck. I'm gonna I'm gonna save a mental note for that. Invented and generate lift. Inverted and generate lift. Sorry. I want to make that a mental note for in the future when we build like a time attack car. I am going to use that. All right, that seems a lot more respectable. Actually, it's super small. Let's deal with that. So raise it up a bit. Let's get a little closer. I'm gonna move this back actually too. If you don't grab the right spot on here, it just changes the size. There we go. I don't think I'm gonna be able to angle it the way I want to, but that's okay. Looks like a Prelude spoiler. It kind of does. That's true. Well, maybe in the game it's not gonna go anywhere, but in real life, I had once seen someone install one of those eBay GT spoilers on their car, and they bolted it to nothing structural underneath the car, just or underneath the trunk, just the sheet metal, and it buckled that sheet metal almost immediately, and they were super confused. They're like, I don't see this happening on other GT cars. Yeah, so yeah, it is a thing. All right, I think that's gonna be as close as we're gonna get it right now. That sounds like a Honda accessory spoiler. HFP, Honda fail part. Alright, now what do we have? A fuel cap. I truly hope, guys, I don't mess up a fuel cap. Alright, we'll rock with that. Looks about right. Door handles. Hit pays 0.3. Oh god, triggered. Triggered. Oh man. So I like this door handle. Yes, I'm staring over my steering wheel right now, but trying to see things. I think it's very much so this door handle. Or actually, no, it's not. They don't have the door handle in the game. Can you have the Tesla Model S door handle? Nope, I'm not doing that. I think this is really it. Alright. The door handle's like... Okay, let's fix that. That was breaking my brain. Oh. Keep going. Keep going. Why is it going that way now? Okay, let's try that again. There we go. Okay, I'm not going to rotate it. I'm just going to leave it as it is. Let's just do click, click. And that's the door handle now. Leave it vertical. We'll do the no keyholes at the back here. That's a really bizarre choice. I don't know why they... Vertical... Oh my gosh, look at that. Would you just look at that? Have you ever seen? Have you just ever... You know what? Yeah, that's going to be the one... well, not the one mess up on the car, but I'm actually going to leave that. That's just going to be part of the car now. That's our secret. We know about it. Alright, I have to never look at that side because that's going to drive me absolutely nuts. Door mirrors. I don't know with butterfly doors. Could you just imagine? This looks pretty similar to the Civics. What am I doing here? Why is everything backwards? Am I putting this all on... Does the game want me to start off on this side? Oh, I guess the game wanted me to be doing everything on the left side there. Okay, so at some point, I highly recommend making an RNG car. Find a random number generator online and use it for every option. You get some wacky results. That is a... So I'm a bit like perfectionist, sorta. So I feel like something like that would actually like I would break. I would like fully break after like one or two things that are just completely whack. I think I would just break. I'm definitely down to try it, but like my my head might just explode. I might just stop talking halfway through the video or something. I don't know. Down to try it though. Raise her up. I always gotta find the mirror position in the car. Like, it's weird to look at, but it works really well in the car. But it's like so far back, it like makes you think that it shouldn't work, but and it's not on like most cars where it has it up on this trim here. If you look at it, it's like it's on like the door, like a little bit further down on the door. It's kind of odd. I'm going to save body moldings for the end. Oh, we can put the shark fin on. and it actually like defaults to like a center position. I was gonna say for a second, if I can't make this like center of the car, I'm not gonna put it on there, but I can. Yes. Plate. I'm just gonna throw a plate on there. Oh, what did I just do? Those door handles. Those door handles. Ugh. Alright. Moving on. Plate. I'm actually surprised how few options there are. There's a train wreck happening in front of you. I can't look away. You know, let's go for some California plates. Why not? Alright, back of the car, the plates are up here. Yeah, put the plates here. That makes sense. In the front, because we got the bar? No, we're not doing a bumper bar. We're not trucking. Wheels. Ooh wee. Let's get some wheels on this. See what some of the options are. I don't know why they're in such a metallic red, but kind of hard to look at. Some of these designs are classic though. Like you look at it, you almost know what car that came on. Utility, modern. You know what? These wheels here do kind of give me the vibe of what the Civic comes with from factory. It's a lot more detailed, but am I going to make my rotors glow? You know what? It's a high possibility that the rotors are probably going to glow at some point in time when I take this on track and abuse it. On the track, for sure. Always on the track, you know. I behave on the street. What is that? No, we don't want that. Single oval. So it does, from factory, have a weird oval mufflers. So that will probably work right there. Oh, where did that come from? Is there no engine in here yet? Huh. I think we can kind of zoom in through. Yeah, there's no engine in there. That's weird. Where's our engine? That is odd. Well, maybe you have to go through all the drivetrain stuff first. Those tires need higher profile. I want to feel nothing in the road. I want it to feel just like a big cushion. Alright, got that down. Miscellaneous stuff. Why do I want a ruler? Okay, so I do need to... Oh my gosh, what happened to the plate back here? Chat, did I do this? What's the front look like? What? Why is the front Alright. I am not a car designer. I don't know how to get that off of there, but I sure need to figure this one out. I can't select it. I can select everything else but that no. There we go. Built-in chute. Yeah, that was odd. I did not notice I did that. Even that drives me a little nuts, but it is what it is. Alright, lights. I need to put some lights on the back of this thing. We're running out of time, so I'm going to try to hop through this stuff a little. Completely skipped over the taillights at some point in time. I was hoping by this point to be driving the car. I'm still trying to put lights on this thing. And there are no lights there like the one on the car. How is that possible? These lights are on like everything. This is close enough, right? No light stealth. I could move the plate. Onto a second layer so that it's over top the grill. I see what you're saying. Okay. Chat. Is that a... What type of car designer am I? I just put a grill on the ground. What's that in it? Alright, let's just delete that. It's like a bunch of stuff that are down here. Is there anything else underneath here? Alright. Okay. Civic lights are a lot bigger. Oh. Oof. What is happening? The game is losing its mind. I don't think they're quite that big, but that doesn't actually look half bad. I think it's a little bit more tall. I think that's close enough. Alright, body molding. Gotta make that one molding line at the bottom there. rotate. This thing does not want to move. Let's try that again. Let's angle it a bit. This thing does not want to turn. Oh, I can actually type in an angle. Let's try this. 5 degrees. Don't forget the running boards. Oh yes, the all-important running boards. Look at that, chat. I just discovered something new. I could just type in an angle for something. Alright, I think that's that body line there. I can rock with that. And actually, let's do the dent here for the tail light with the chrome piece on top. It's kind of convenient that they have this in the game already. Just want to move it upwards. Oh gosh, not that. There we go. Chat, how are you guys liking the music? It's this service I found, and it gets some decent streaming music, because I've seen some streams and they're all like a variation of the same music, and I didn't really like it. I wanted something a little different. You like it as chilled? Pop it up a bit on my side here. There we go. All right. I guess that plate's just gonna have to hover there. I know I could probably angle it, try to help it, but yeah. All right. Besides that door handle, all right, the grill's not completely chrome anymore, so I can deal with that. And oh my god, this plate is huge and like just a monstrosity. Why must I leave the... Okay, fine, I will leave the door handle alone. You guys must remember this in the future. Alright. There's so much more to this game. I think we're gonna leave it. It's pretty close to the Civic, honestly, in my opinion. Like, it's not 100% perfect. That spoiler, it does kind of annoy me, but see if I can fix this up a little bit in the back here. Don't listen to him. You guys can't be fighting in this chat. It's not allowed. Okay. Yeah, it's not perfect. But like, I think someone that looks at it would be like, oh, I kind of get where you're going at. And we're going to tweak this. We're going to tweak this a lot to make it. We're going to test the boundaries of the game and see where we end up at. But gotta move on. Gotta move on. All right. So drivetrain. Oh yeah, or drive type. So yeah, we didn't even have this set up in here properly. Manual. 6 ratios. Top speed 181. That's like a slight insult, but possibly kind of true with how little power the SI makes. Just to warn you, the drivetrain gets very tedious at points, especially the very end. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh look, we have an exhaust now though. Oh, and the engine's actually in there now. Let's spin around and look through the car. Where's the rad? All-wheel drive Civic. Online, there are so many people that are doing these all-wheel drive swaps. Everything's getting like all-wheel drive swap right now. Rad adds extra weight. This is a highly intelligent point that you just made there. Let me see if I can get the stock Civic gear ratios just to help us out here a bit. Always keep that handy because I'm that guy. Alright, let's see if we can do this. So 476. So final drive 476, so we're good there. Spacing looks like it's going to be pretty big in this car. The first gear is 3267. So we're going to go with 3.3, it's a little bit closer. Second gear is 204. Second gear 203. Okay. Awkwardly close already. Third gear is 1.42. Third gear 1.45. Close enough. Fourth gear is 1.07. Game's got 1.11. Fifth gear is 0.83. The game is 0.9, and sixth gear is 0.64. The game is 0.75. Okay, so let's see if we can tighten up the last bits there. We can, but it starts throwing everything else off. So I think we kind of have to not be that accurate in the first couple gears just to kind of help out the last couple gears. So I think that's going to be the ratio right there. SI was geared differently than the non SI was a 1.8 liter, and the gears were very long in that thing. This is a little bit closer, even though the game says that it isn't at all very closely geared. It's pretty closely geared. Alright, so differential. So we have a geared style LSD in the car. On to the next, tires. Let's get some cross-ply tires on this. Oh, so bad. No, we're doing radio. Okay. So chunky off-road tires. If you want to go to the back tires, it looks probably look a little bit better there. Did I say Toyo? Tovo. This game is just dangling on that line there. You can tweak the top speed in a few minutes and make it almost exact. Awesome. Thank you for the tip there. Appreciate it. Some all-terrain. Little chunky boys. So I think, to be real, the car comes with it's like a between a medium compound and a sports, maybe it's a sports compound. It's definitely not a semi-slick. That's basically what I have on there now. So we're going to say sports compound. Alright, tire width. So we can only put 215 in the front. The car comes with 225s in the front. Let's change the overall settings here. Because they're 18s. And okay, I don't know if you guys can see in the bottom there where it shows like the actual tire size. But that's way too tall. So we're gonna bring this down. That looks, yeah, the back's 225 40 18, so that's actually the tire size. So I think we need to widen the front a bit just to let the tires in. So we'll go back to morph. Everything just went red. Just pull this out a bit. There we go. 225s. There we go. That looks like how the car was when I got it. It had a whole like hand's width of like fender gap, which drove me nuts, so I had to fix it immediately. So you know what, the wheels actually kind of look pretty similar to what stock one looks like. I'm going to leave it like that. Rim material alloy for them weight savings. Moving quality all the way up so they don't bend, which the real ones do very quickly. Alright, front brakes. Oh yeah, I didn't realize there was no brakes on this car already. We have that whole Fast and Furious Jetta syndrome going on here. Cast iron wheels. The axles would snap instantaneously with that type of weight on there. Yeah, look at that, there's no rotors, that's amazing. This muffler is actually very, very much like the one that comes stock. I'm actually pretty happy that they actually had that as an option. But alright, let's put some brakes on here. So, we got vented discs. Stock is actually one piston. And I believe it's an 11-inch rotor. Let me find out exactly for you guys. Consult my handy guide. Brakes. 11.8. So I'm going to just put it right at the beginning of 12 and then just go down 1. Alright. Brake force 100, we'll just leave that. And the rears are, where did I just see that? Rears are 10.2, and they're also, but they're solid rotors in the rear. Solid? Yeah, solid rotors in the rear. 1 piston. 10.8. Pads are a little not the greatest, so I'll put them 40. They are a sportier pad. The brakes honestly did feel pretty good from factory. Where are the rotors? What the happening? Now we just got floating calipers. Maybe I have to go past this. Nope. Okay. Rotors will come in due time. Under tray. And when I say it's like a semi-clad, it doesn't go all the way back. No active arrow. They're back ordered. You know what? They probably legitimately are. No active arrow, no cooling flap. I'm going to leave the arrow at 50-50. I don't think, honestly, the stock wing is more of an aesthetics thing. I do know it does have some effects, but very little. There is like a mini brake duct that comes out of the underside of the car, so I'm going to put like 30 for airflow there to the brakes. Cooling airflow 50. I think that's alright. Convertible. Not a convertible. Is that a bench? Oh yeah, bench, yeah. So 3, 2, yep, so that makes sense there. Interior's pretty standard. Actually, maybe I'll say it's sporty. Standard infotainment. That seems about right. Power steering is electric variable. The car has electronic stability control. And one of the biggest things I praise the car for, it has a giant button. You just push it and it turns off the traction control, stability control, all in one shot. ABS stays on, and that's a whole other nightmare in itself, but the stability stuff, that comes off. I would say standard 2010s. It's not anything crazy. Optimize weight. We'll see how much the car weighs, and then we'll mess with this. Springs are standard. Gas monotube. The sway bars are passive. Oh, what do we have? Oh, that's pretty cool. So it gives you kind of like an idea of the car's characteristics. So if you were just to kind of do like a circle, the car stays pretty neutral, doesn't understeer or oversteer until you get to about like 77 kilometers, and then it starts understeering like a bag, which 10 out of 10 would agree it will 100% do that. So we can go with kind of like a preset. No red for the... Oh, does that mean I'm doing good? Perfect. Honda won't hate me. If I was designing a car, like my own car, then I guarantee there'd be red exclamation marks all over the place. Say I'm spending too much money. And actually, we have yellow here. What is it? It's probably all for like money. Front brake force is low compared to the grip, so we can actually make the brakes more aggressive. One or more quality settings causing high cost. Okay, don't worry about that. The rear dampers are hard, reducing drivability, and comfort. Sorry, that's the front dampers, but the rear dampers are the same too. Rear brake force is very high compared to... So we have a lot of rear braking, but not enough front braking. Alright, so let's quickly hop back to that. Where are the brakes? Actually, I don't think I'm going to be able to... I can just mess with the brake force. So we'll bump up the brake force there. And the front brake issue is gone. We'll drop the rear brake force. Jeez. Supposed to have like no brakes in the back? Alright, 50% brake force. Still there. Alright, let's make it a less aggressive pad. Here's the tedious part. Yeah, this is, I wish I didn't even look at this part. Okay, the brakes seem to be fine now. Alright. Where are we now? Guys, we're 2 hours and 20 minutes into this, and man is still messing around with brake bias. This was not how this was supposed to go. Alright, so presets here, I guess, kind of just set like a baseline and get the car somewhat sorted out. So I would say from factory, honestly, the car is sporty, but it didn't feel that sporty. So let's see what the difference are with the numbers between sport. We still have those damper issues. Yeah, the dampers are hard, okay. And then let's see what normal's like. The car roll angle is high. Yes, yes it is. Alright, so we're gonna go with sporty default. Actually, let's shock set that there. Okay. We're gonna go with the sporty default, and then we're just gonna soften. I don't know if this is bound or rebound adjusting, but we're gonna bring it down to like about 100, and we'll leave the rear at like 110. Alright, piston motion. So it's not oscillating a ton, but it is. This is kind of like if you were to hit a bump, what's the shock doing there, and that seems pretty good actually. It's not bad. The car was definitely very soft from factory, so. Camber, unfortunately the car didn't have that much camber in it. so we'll put the rear at 1.5. I guess this is just to keep it from oversteering and being fun. When it's yellow, you don't really need to worry about it. It's just, it tells you, hey, this could be a problem, but it's not necessary to change. Good point, good to know. I wish I knew what these values were over here, but I know the front sway bar is a 21 mil sway bar. 20 mil? Consulting the guide. Front's a 21 and the rear's a 20. So we'll do 22 and 20. See if that's about right. And ride height. Let's take a look at the car. I think the ride height's just about right. Yeah. I hate it, but it's just about right. I keep on jacking up the quality of everything here, so probably not happy about that. Oh, is that it? Have we reached the end? Is this our car? Okay. So let's take a look at some of the things that we have here. So wheelbase is about right. So the width and all that stuff, we weren't going to get perfect because like we would have to really get into this game and figure out how to change the length and width of everything. The length, I think it's just like the bumpers. We did shorten that down a bit, so I'm not too worried about that. Everything else is right. The weight of the car is extremely close. We are like 70 pounds off of what the actual car weighs. I'm pretty stoked about that. The weight balance is way better in the game than it is in real life though. So let's go back and see if we can kind of sort that out. Where was it that it showed that? I think it was here. So we'll make the car a little bit heavier. This is where I can see we're going to bounce around the screen a lot. So that added a couple pounds. So I think we're going to go to 35 maybe? Almost. Also, we need to put some of that weight distribution in the front. So let's see if that actually changes. Oh. 3,002 pounds, yeah. It's a big Civic. It's a big boy. This was at the beginning of when the Civics got way too big. 61.39. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're all going to be Civic experts by the end of the night. I apologize for that. I know no one wants to be that, but 3,000 pounds right on. Am I really going to sit here chasing 2 pounds? I think I am. Oh, now we're too heavy. Scrap the car. And let's shove all the way to the front. So we're dead on for the weight, but I don't think we're going to get the weight balance proper. Weight distribution 100% to the front. And it's 55-45. I think that's all we can do. Close enough, right? Yeah, it's basically a Accord. It is basically a Accord. Like, look at the size of this thing too. The generation before it had they were like 300 pounds lighter, or close to that. I think they were like 2,700 pounds. And then this came out and then kind of ruined it all. game is very forgiving with weight balance. That's actually really good. I like that. It doesn't make it perfect, but you know, what can you do? All right. So let's call this the Civic. And we'll call the trim SI. So we actually have built our Civic SI. I am gonna, and guys forgive me, but that wing is kind of bugging me. So I do need to figure out a way to fix that. It just seems like it's just like plopped there. I guess I can't really angle it, so it's just gonna have to live like that, but at least that's a little bit better that it's further back. Very giddy giddy. Detailed stats. So this like shows like more in depth of like who would want to buy the car, and it's a lot of family and commuters. The family sports guys do not want this car, and the track guys do not want this car. But if you are you got family or you commute, passenger fleet, a fleet of SIs. The car looks spot on. Thank you. I was scared. I didn't think I was going to be able to pull it off. I've seen it done, but I'm like, I don't think I can do it. Alright, so let's go now. Let's find a track to take this to. Does this let us take the car there? The numbers are pretty bang on too. 0 to 60. Or 0 to 100 kilometers, 6.66 in the bottom there, if you see that. Quarter mile, 14.94, which I'm pretty sure is exactly what the car does. Braking distance looks about fine. Oh, does this just let us drive it around here? Oh, I definitely have BMG. Oh, that's hilarious. So it's like the computer just driving around that track. Alright, but we're going to do the real thing. Let's export this car. So the issues that it has, front brake force is low. Oh, the front brake force went back to being low, eh? Alright, we'll see how that pans out for us. Cost is high. When you're building a Civic, cost is going to be high, you gotta know that. The brakes suffer from brake fade. No kidding. Anyone that follows my personal Instagram knows that I made the brakes on this thing glow. Just trying to get it to stop, so yes, it does some things. Oh, added the weight. Yeah, I did add some weight. I added 100 pounds to the car, so that probably did throw it off a bit. But it is what it is. Let's export it. Ooh-wee. This looks like something I should read and agree. Alright guys, give me 1 sec. I'm going to swap over to BeamNG. If you watched my video, I think I just did last Sunday, you'll see what that game's all about. So now we're going to drive this in BeamNG. So give me 1 sec. Professional. Professional is what I am, guys. Muting the mic and talking to nobody is what I do. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. It's a little out of the range of what I normally would do, but I saw an opportunity to go build a car, and I'm like, why am I not doing that? That's gonna be crazy fun. So first thing I want to do is I want to take this to the drag strip. So we have a drag strip right here. We're gonna spawn in. We're gonna have to change the car once we get in though, but is the music too loud now or is it good? It's a 15-second car. This says 14.94, I believe. If I'm able to get this car to do a 15, I'll actually be happy with it. If you see blue smoke coming from your exhaust, oil is being burnt. That's the detail that BMG goes through. Make sure you blow up your engine at any given second. The windows might look a little weird. I'm just going to say that they're open. I rolled them down just for that airflow. Alright, let's see if we can spawn the car that we want. So, this is alphabetical, I think? Not too sure, but we're looking for... Yeah, it is. So we're looking for a Honda. Oh, chat, there it is. Right beside the Bugatti Veyron Super Sport. I mean, like, this is alright, but you know, I'm completely talking crap right now. Let's see what it looks like in the game. They're almost the same thing. I mean, really, they got 4 wheels. Oh boy. Cinematic camera? Alright, let's leave this all off for now. Let's do an actual proper run first and then we'll come back. Yeah, I'll do a practice. Alright. Let's give this a go. If you can't find it, you grind it. Oh, listen to that. Alright, let's see how this goes. So I got a lime. Oh, this is full drag experience here. You can see my little bar at the side there. Oh. Oh. Oh, I beat the projected, a 14.5 on my first run. I mean, it's a Civic thing. It's what they do, you know. That seemed a lot faster than it should have actually been. Let's try that again. I'm in comfort mode. I have modes in my car? What is this? Oh, we can go to sport. That's what that box... Okay, yeah, we're definitely doing sport. Just the speediest car. Alright. Oh, move backwards. I went too far. There we go. Alright, you get to see the launch from the side. Next one I'm going to do with no traction control on. Just banging those gears. 14.4. A 14.4. This is honestly probably one of the most boring automation builds someone's done. I know there's guys out there that have like built like 3,000 horsepower engines and stuff like that, and I'm over here messing around with like 200 horsepower, but I'm having fun and I hope you guys are too. Remember, the gearbox is in realistic mode. I don't know why it's telling me that. I'm a professional at this. Oh, the line on the ground changes color. There we go. I didn't know that. That helps. Alright, no traction control. How long is the burnout going to be is a real question. Oh. Not bad, actually. Oh, a little fart from the car. 14 flat. Alright, okay, I have to try to get this into the 13s now. We're right there. The thing scrapes the ground because of the downforce. That's an amazing problem to have. Alright, this is going to be it. This is a 13-second run here. Perfect shift. Oh! Still giving me a silver medal, but I consider that a gold because I don't even think my car in its current form will do a 13-second quarter mile, so I'm going to take that as a huge win. Oh, we're still driving. Guess we'll just drive. Oh. Just stop. Let's turn the car back on. Like a Civic, just turns itself back on. There's a bit of smoke. I will admit there's a bit of smoke. Yep. There you go. Oh, and I think at this point I'm just going to turn the car off and yeah. Let's just move where we are. And we're gonna go to the racetrack. And it's like nothing ever happened. Like nothing ever happened. Alright, I am not crazy familiar with this racetrack. I have driven it a couple times. I know there's a bunch of different layouts for it, but we're just gonna drive it. Just see what it's like around here. And one thing I will say is the speed. I need to start heel towing here. The speed the car moves at is very actually realistic. It's not crazy fast. It makes a bunch of noise, but it's not fast. Get yourself into that apex. Whoop. I think this track has a bunch of different layouts because I don't remember this one. That shundersteer. Moving now, 125 miles an hour. Oh, the fade. The fade from the brakes. So, got a little notification in the bottom that the brakes were fading. And, now they're a little... That's actually pretty realistic, because when you overheat pads, they get noisy. They let you know that they're crumpy. Oh! That's like the corkscrew at Laguna Seca backwards. Or flipped over, I guess I should say. Yeah, I don't think I've ever driven this layout of the track. Alright, let's try it one more time. Oh, brakes! Brakes! Did not want to stop there. Okay, the brakes are completely gone, guys. Yeah, this game is known for its crash physics. Front left brake faded. The game does not like heel towing. Maybe I'm just not doing it properly here. Come on, get yourself. There we go. Alright, let's see if it stops at the end of this straight again. Should have done a B service, yeah. Yeah, I should have done a B service. Now my pads are all... This is why I can't have extended warranty on my car. I would just go back and be like, I got my brake service, and yeah, I don't know what happened. Oh, there's no braking at all. Oh, it is not happy. And we have bounced off the wall. We're gonna get stuck in the sand though. Let's see. Oh, there's no real damage on the side there. Those door handles. Oh, the door handles. How did I get talked into this? Yeah, they're still not good. if I can leave those door handles alone. I'm gonna like wake up at night and just be like, I need to change them. Wake up from a nightmare. Alright, so the brakes are done. So I think at this point I'm just going to crash a car at the end of the street. Full throttle and see what the car looks like after. No more brake fade. See if we can rotate the camera around. There we go. Now we can see our engine. You forgot to raise your hands. Like a roller coaster. Yeah, there was no rad there, or if it was, it is long gone. Oh, where's the? Oh, the wheels. Oh, the wheels over there. So like, this game is pretty well known for its soft body physics. Soft body meaning that it uses millions of points on the car to actually replicate the forces instead of just like. In most games, like the bumper would just like disappear and like the wheel would have just pieced out. But if you look at the A pillar there, it's all crushed into. I'm thinking that the windshield and all of this should have probably exploded. Personally, but what do I know? It's telling me to turn on the car. Will the car even start? Oh, you just love. Just love the Honda reliability there. Let's oh that wheel's not connected to anything anymore. Just the Honda reliability there. But that wheel just went from one side to the other side. Yep. Will it? Can I like get this out of here? The axles were even connected. Let's go. I'm like turning as much to the opposite direction and it's definitely not going. Alright. Last thing we'll do is a little bit of a cruise. Now that I've completely ruined the car. Leap of faith. Or leap of destruction. Oh, okay. We're not doing that. Hope you don't have vertigo. I do, so we're not doing that. Maybe one time we will. Alright, so from what I can tell, let's put some ECS back on, put in the sport mode. From what I can tell, this is like a copyright friendly version of San Francisco. So we're just gonna go for a little cruise around the city. Oh. Oh, bottoms out. Where do I want to go? Ported it into GTA and go cruise Los Santos. This is basically what this is. We can even add traffic. I'm gonna actually do that right now. Let's get some traffic in here. Because we all know how much I love traffic. Literate Monkey knows how much I love traffic, so. Let's see, where is that? I think it's under AI traffic. Spawn police. No, thank you. Oh. There we are. Is that it? Game just had a heart attack trying to add all these cars in here. There we go. I do cope well with traffic. Ah. Let's fly down here. Blows through a red light. Oh no. This is just how I commute, guys. I thought there'd be more traffic, but I'm okay with this. I really just wanted to show you guys how, like, this game, like I said, no one really talks about it, no one really gives it the time of the day, but, like, this is a pretty big map, all things considered. I won't call it GTA big, but, like, you look at all the buildings in here. There's a... Hey! You have exchanged insurance information. I don't know if you guys just saw that in the top. We have just exchanged insurance information. The Italy map is huge. That guy just like drove into me. Like, I'm not okay with that. Is the car going to clear here? Ooh, that's close. Oh, that is close. Yeah, my car would not do that now. Yeah, there's some big maps in here. Too. The Italy one is giant, and they have like rally stages there too, and everything like that. Like, even just look at this dock. Our steering thing all like funny on me here. Let's see if I can find a way onto that bridge. Five is the right number to center the camera again. Oh, good to know. Guys, I'm learning how to play the game while I'm showing you guys how to play the game. Isn't that like amazing? Whoa, 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 what are you guys doing there? What do we have here? time trial street course. Of course I want to do that. Your own car. Let's do 3 laps. Maybe, yeah, let's do 3 laps. Just so we can get used to it. Drive along the water and race through the city and the harbor. Let's do it. I think we're going to use this race as a measure because we're going to eventually finesse the Civic with like a proper grill and stuff. So I have to look for the checkpoints. I see one further down there. But yeah, we're going to finesse the Civic and stuff like that, so... Oh no! Oh no! We still okay? I think we're okay. Alright. Oof. Oof. 4 car. Struggling to get up this hill. I'm not gonna lie, this really does remind me of my cars. It's not exact handling, oof, but the characteristics are there. Oh, is this that switchback road? No, okay. Let's go. Oh. Can't find it, grind it. I do kind of regret doing 3 laps of this now. I thought this was way shorter. Ooh. Oh. Saved by the curb? Leave it in 3rd here. Don't smash a curb this time. Get it in. Use all of the track. Oh! Oh. Something has slid off the car. Oh. Radiator is leaking. That's fine, right? We'll keep an eye on that temperature gauge. I think we're fine. Probably not fine. Oh, it's going. Oh, the temperature's coming up already. Alright, I'm gonna short shift a bit, try to keep this thing together. Oh, turn. Oof. Yeah, stock this car understeered a lot too. The steering wheel is definitely not straight anymore. Seconds off the previous best, but the 12 that was a flawed lap. All right, see if I can put it together this one, and then we're gonna do one just so I have a time for a comparison. Oh, that temperature gauge is peaked. That temperature gauge is right peaked. And I'm flooring it. I don't think it's going to survive. Try to coast a bit. That's not going to help it. Alright. We're going to do this again. But with 2 laps. Can I even get over there? I guess I'm going to have to map over. What radiator? Exactly. What radiator? Why do I need that? Where was that race? I think it was Street Trial 2. Yeah. It's gonna make me try to drive over there. Alright, I'm gonna need to respawn the car here. We got fun stuff. What's fun stuff? Oh! The car doesn't want to go boom. You know what? I respect that. Who's honking at me? Alright. Oh. Boss, you don't want to smoke. I'm a little disappointed the car didn't go boom. I think it was too broken to go boom, but alright, so we're gonna do 2 laps. Actually, we'll just do 1. No, 2, just in case. I'm gonna do a rolling start on it, just so I can get 2 solid laps in. And then we'll have a benchmark for when we go make this thing a full-on race car. Oop. There we go. Yeah, it turns a lot better when you don't smash the whole thing against curbs all the time. V-Tech, yo. I wouldn't know because I don't know what it sounds like, but I don't really know what I'm supposed to do in that section there. And the steering wheel's out already. Alright, I need to preserve the car. But I don't really know what it wants me to do through that section. If I'm not supposed to hop the curb. I wish I could say I treat my actual Civic any better, but if you know, you know. It's lived a hard life. It's still ticking, so. Let's get some speed here. That's always the famous last words. Yep. Oh, Oh god. Alright. Can I respawn the car? No, it's not gonna let me respawn the car. 1 lap. Rolling start. Is all or nothing. Oh. Oh, I guess I have to go to the point. Did that man just drive into that fire extinguisher? Like, I have my excuse. I don't know what his excuse is. Alright. This is it, guys. We're doing 1 lap. Rolling start. Whatever the time is whatever the time is. I wonder if having ECS off would actually help. Because in the Civic, it's just a button. You turn it on or off. There is no sport mode. Stay close to this side, turn it earlier, and I go off that side. Oh my god. This game is so unforgiving. Like, why won't it just let me restart? Why do I have to literally drive back to that point? With my broken car. All I want to do is 1 lap. Just 1 lap. First thing I'm gonna do. We didn't go as far. I don't know if that's a positive thing or not, but I'm gonna take it as a positive thing. I think I need it right now. I'm gonna turn ECS off entirely. And I gotta remember I'm driving basically a stock version of my car, so I can't push it as hard as I want to. Oh, that was almost an accident. Guys, if you're liking my misery right now, to replace your car at the current spot, you can press insert. I'm like literally learning everything about this game right now. All these short button keys I just ignored, and I was like, it's easy enough to find in the menu, but I am learning so much right now. And it saves that position as a respawn. Ingenious. I like the heater start. Alright, let's go. Guys, remember, I need to drive calm. If I'm trying to throw this thing around, it won't do it. Turn, turn, turn. There we go. It'd be nice to have a really fast lap, but at this point I just need to get the car there. Guess that's the way I'm supposed to take that. Oh. Alright. I'm feeling better about this one. that's a little tap, we're good. Just a little tap, steering wheel straight. This game requires a lot of steering input compared to other games, I feel. And maybe that's just me. All right. So 205,853. That's the time. I would love to hear someone try to commentate your driving. The Civic goes around the corner and now is flying 2 feet in the air. Yeah, there was literally a Civic is airborne. Sub 2 minute run? Let me know. Do you guys want me to do another run? I think I can get it there. There's a lot of... I'm kind of confused by the duration and the total time there. But let me know if you want me to try it again. I'll do one. I think you can do it now. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? One go. I gotta remember to keep it together. I'm gonna get some aqua in my system. Not having traction control actually kind of seemed to help. Tight here. Already off to a better start. Turning early there. Oh gosh. Insert, you said? Press insert. So unforgiving. Oh, so insert should work now, you're saying? Oh, there we are. Chat, I promise that at some point in time I'm gonna know how things work in this game. Oh. Flee the scene. Flee the... Look at this guy. He didn't even help. Just watched a man get oh, can't even speak. I'm just going to do this race. Rolling start. 1 lap. Don't crash. That's how it happens in the real world. They literally looked down for a second, looked up, and there's a teal something in front of me. Muscle car of some sort. Alright, we're going to be a little bit more responsible on this run. wants to push, you need to get on throttle, so. That's going to be the thing, is that I'm not going to have to. There we go. Really be easy on the throttle. It's so hard because you want to push and you want to get the best time, but like there's curbs and walls and steel muscle cars all over the place. Oh my gosh. Guys, I think that time's gonna have to stick. Literally went through there slower. Came out of that bump all out of sorts. And I don't think me having a faster car is going to really make me any better at this course. Come on. Come on. Can we get that stop there? Yeah, for sure slower than the last one. 218. Let's just subtract 10 seconds. Even if I do 10 seconds, I still... Alright. This has gone on long enough. This is it. Channel everything into this. Really have a hard time turning this thing in. But honestly, I think that's just the Civic thing. Just a Civic thing. This thing likes to understeer a ton, especially when you're trying to point it directly at something. Alright. It's like it's just too much for it. Oh god. Game over. Game over. Even it looks like the exhaust got bent up there. You know what I'm gonna do? Yeah, just a high-speed buff and polish. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna work out this with this car, unchanged, unmodified. Yeah, technically my first run was a sub 2 minute. That's what I think that is. I think the total time there is that little my, I guess, run up to it because it let me have a rolling start. So I think the 158 is the time. I will pluck away at this though, and I'm gonna post on the Instagram if I'm able to get any faster in this, and then we're gonna leave that as the marker for the Civic. And then as we add little things to it here and there, we'll keep on doing this circuit because I think it's doable. It's just like the car can't control its own weight. You throw it one side and try to get it to come back to the other side, it just has a hissy fit and just goes straight. So yeah, I think that's going to be the strat. I think that's the goal because there's no way at this point that I'm going to be able to get a clean run done. That's a tongue twister. Clean run done. Abandon. Using my newfound trick. Just like new. Just like new. That was a nightmare, guys. Actually, I shouldn't say nightmare, but that was testing. I didn't think it would be that hard, but it just... I don't want to say the car handles unrealistically. What's this guy doing over here? Oh my god, what are they doing up here? He went to the left to try to pass. I already don't want traffic on anymore. I guess. How do I know when to go? I'm just gonna go. But yeah, I don't want to say that the cars don't handle realistically. I think they do. I think that they definitely are prone to understeer more than most cars would. So I gotta calibrate myself for that. And also, let's be fair to the game, I did just build this car, so what do I know? So I probably made a huge flaw or forgot to put something in the car, and hence the understeer. What have I just found here? Oh, that was aggressive. Oh, this is just like playing Grand Theft Auto. Can you drive in the water? Yeah, I severely think this game is slept on. Most cars will understeer at 70 miles an hour. You did everything correctly. It's just a beam. So it's more that I gotta learn to drive the game rather than learn to drive. So that kind of helps. That seems to be the mantra that's happening with all these sim games that are out there, or I shouldn't say sim games, but these simulators. They all have different models for like tires and suspension and stuff like that. So there's Forza handles different than Assetto Corsa, and Assetto Corsa handles completely different than iRacing. So yeah, I just gotta learn how to drive cars properly in this game, and then who knows, might actually make it pretty good. But I think at this point I'm gonna call it a night, guys. It's been a blast. We actually made a Civic. We made a car and then raced it a bunch and then crashed it with its vertical door handles. I don't know how I feel about those door handles, but even in real life, an economy car will understeer at 70 miles an hour. This is true. This is true, and that was something I found when I first took the car to the track. Um, it was a pig. It was hard to handle more than like I wouldn't say that it wasn't fast. It was just a handful to handle. Like I was having a hard time just trying to keep the car on the track, let alone do any impressive times. But some tweaks here and there, better tires, better brakes, it became much more manageable to keep on the track, which then just made it faster. And then it got to a point where it was easy enough to keep on the track, and now I can start plucking away at it, picking some speed up here and there. So if you press F, you can get out and walk around the car. Oh. I can be my own dude, just like... That is cool. I also need to apparently learn how to play the game, because I have learned so much tonight. So much. Let me see if I can. What do you think, guys? I know it's not the right wheels and the car's lowered and all that stuff, but did we get close? There's a lot of stuff I still don't know about the game, and I have over 300 hours. Yeah, I think I have maybe 30 hours into the game, and yeah. Yeah, it's close-ish. There's definitely some tweaks that can happen. That body line does continue onto the bumper, so definitely can do that. But who knows? I don't know if we're going to be able to make it perfect, right? But it's close-ish. It's almost perfect, but we'll save making it perfect for next time. On that note, it's been a blast, guys. I had a ton of fun tonight. Hope you did too. I'm gonna call it quits and go hug my Civic and let it know that I care about it and I won't crash it into a wall like I did this thing. And then yeah, so remember, streams are going to be on Thursday nights. Depending on life and certain situations, I might oh, anonymous tipped 420, I love it, thank you. Yeah, I might throw in an extra stream here and there, and just to kind of keep the good times rolling. Stay tuned for Saturday's video. If you are a fan of sim racing, especially iRacing, I'm going to let you guys know here first before anyone else. It's going to be an iRacing video. I'm going to show you the ropes on that, how that is like 100 times more difficult to drive in than this, believe it or not. And yeah. Oh, that was you, Lyric Monkey? I think by default it tries to protect everyone's identity, so I think you have to click off of it, but yeah, enjoy the stream, so I will try and be back. Yeah, for sure. I will, if you follow on Instagram, I try to post when the streams are going to go up a good while ahead of time. Same thing with the Sunday videos. And slowly they're going to ramp up. There's going to be more videos. There's going to be more streaming. We're easing into it. We're working into it. But I had a ton of fun, guys. Had a blast. I'm going to call it Everyone have a good night. See you later.